Good morning, everybody. I hope you took yesterday as that time to start catching up on the work here because we're going to start moving on to another short story today. So let's look at Tuesday, week 3 agenda. By the time Tuesday ends, you should have completed on Google Classroom your week 1 assignments, your week 2 assignments, and the anticipation guide. Thank you, ma'am. That is going up today. It's the same thing that we did for all summer today, but different statements. So ask yourself these questions of identity. Who am I? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this way? And this kind of follows into our learning targets for the day. Being a good listener, staying focused, limiting distractions. Am I doing these things? Can I do these things better? And also, you're going to complete your anticipation guide. You're going to think deeply about the statements. You're going to connect the statements to your own personal experiences. You're going to articulate your thoughts in a clear manner. I'm choosing statements that are thought-provoking, that kind of can teach you about how you see the world, how you see yourself. So I'm hoping you're gaining something out of this, but it's also English because you're articulating your thoughts and a lot of English is connecting experiences and being able to communicate that. So I hope you're getting something out of these assignments. So let's look at the anticipation guide for today. Okay. Read each of the following statements and decide whether you agree or disagree. If you cannot decide, mark the answer you would choose for the majority of situations. You should give people second chances. Do you agree or disagree? Just because you do something bad does not mean you are a bad person. Okay, let's think about that. I have made mistakes that I regret. Sometimes we care too much about material things like clothes, shoes, jewelry, video games, phones. It hurts when you lose the trust of someone. I sometimes do not think about my actions till they have already happened. It is important for me to be kind to all people. I respect elderly people. I believe they have a lot to teach me. I'm a type of person that easily forgives people. Some kids are just bad kids. Some kids are just good kids. Do you believe that? Do you believe some kids are just bad? Just born bad? Do you believe that? Sometimes it's hard for me to say sorry, even though I want to. It is better to discuss bad behavior than rather just being suspended in school. So, would you rather talk out why you made your decisions if you've ever been in that situation, or would you rather just be sent home? Choose 3 of the statements you are most passionate about or interested in and expand upon them. Write 2 to 3 sentences about each statement. So I have my example. I agree with the statement you should give people second chances. I believe that everyone makes mistakes or makes choices that don't reflect who they really are. And this is kind of similar to the short story you'll be reading. A kid makes a mistake, so I kind of pulled from that. I remember skipping school a lot in high school. One day, one of my teachers pulled me in a small room, kind of similar to the story you'll be reading tomorrow. And I remember uh, I was skipping his class to be in gym, and I was shooting hoops, and he had to walk down for an errand, and he found me, and he put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Let's walk." And he was the radio teacher, so we got up to his classroom, and he put me in the radio room. And I was making a lot of mistakes that year in high school. I wasn't doing well with my grades. Um, just making all around poor decisions. And he said, I'm losing the trust of a lot of people, and a lot of people are not believing in me anymore, but he still believed in me. Instead of letting me out, he turned off the lights and shut the door and let me think about my actions. And it's one of the reasons why I became a teacher, and I started realizing people expect more out of me, and I should expect more out of myself. So I believe people deserve second chances. So that is an example for me. So these anticipation guys, these are all things that are about the short story. The short story is 3 pages, but you can find so many things in a short story. So many themes, so many questions, so many relatable experiences. And this is why we're doing these anticipation guides. So you can kind of see how the speaker feels. You can relate to things that even happened 50 years ago. You can kind of see how we're all like in some ways not. So take your time on it. Take it seriously because it's going to teach you something about yourself, okay? That is all I have for you. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, okay?